Mic check 1 2. 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2. Why is my voice so fucking loud? Lower this a little. Put this like this, maybe. Alright, mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Yeah, every time I use this streaming app on my other computer, it just resets the defaults on my laptop. So that's always wonderful. Makes me not even want to stream anything on my computer at this point because I can't deal with this. All right. Can't deal with this. I'm really done. Yeah. I'm very angry today. I don't know why. I'm very angry. Very angry today. All right. Tell me something that happened at Learning Institute. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put on. Oh. That hole. Oh, what the? Hello, Jack. Pretty sure I did. I mean, when did they drop it? Like, really new? If they just dropped like a new one today, probably not. I've already got a coconut. When did it drop? Why is it so lightning over here? And why am I getting a shrine somewhere? It's not showing. Wait a second. This is Coconut Lake. How far is it? That's not that close. Apparently there's like a shrine right here. Something like over here, I think. I'm not really sure. Alright, we'll figure it out. They're really stuck in time. Alright. I like when the bananas grow on the trees. I don't always see them. Oh yeah, by the way, I can't get the Bow of Twilight. I don't have the right amiibo. You need a Zelda Super Smash Bros. Amiibo. I have just the link. It is what it is now. I really wanted to get it too. I was thinking about buying. It's like $35. So I'm like, you know what? By the time it comes here, I'm gonna be ready. You know, it's gonna be close to the tears of the game. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna do? Play it for like a couple of days? The Zelda one. Like Zelda herself. Dude, the frame rate is disgusting over here, man. Oh, dude, the frame rate is disgusting over here. What the hell, man? Hopefully there's no frame rate issues like this in here. Ouch. That's actually good. Uh-oh. Look at that. Ouch. Nah, man. I don't know what the hell type of puzzle this is. It's annoying me now. What is the hint? What's the hint, name? Go ahead. I give you permission. I hate this area, man. You know what I hate about this area the most? It's always raining. It's just a very annoying area. And it's like lightning all the time, right in this one spot. So this whole jungle biome is so annoying. Like everything. Right? So I bet you if once you do the shrine, it doesn't rain. Put the stupid Zora shirt on. Swim up, boys. Is it in the waterfall somewhere? Oh. Well, you know what DIH is, right? Our school diversity, equity, inclusion. Yeah, people probably get. They're not going to say that, but people probably get benefits for all types of stuff like that in today's world. So yes, I would say yes, but not just because like you do have to put some work in. But yeah, all that stuff helps. So I am next to Kalora Lake, man. So there. All right, this thing is this the thing you're talking about? This stupid thing here? What the hell is this? Don't just tell me, dude. At this point, oh, well, I'm not in the mood to fucking play guessing games with this shrine because I'm just gonna look it up myself. Like, there's no spoiler alert here. I really don't care about it. What a stupid, really? Wow, what a dumb way to unlock a shrine. Ugh. Alright, whatever. No, you gotta get struck by lightning. But what a dumb way to fucking... See, like, still, like, damn, that's some cryptic nonsense. Alright, whatever. Zapping. Fucking dumb. What a dumb way to... I'm gonna get my coffee. It's a dumb way to unlock a shrine. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Wonder why people look shit up in this game. Yeah, it's cryptic and dumb. I mean, I get it. It was you question why is there lightning? I get it, whatever. But doesn't the game try to kind of like teach you to not get hurt? Alright, I'm back. Oh, they give it to you right away? Yes, we could do that. I don't know. It's just cryptic filming. It's like, I already got that rubber shit though. I bought it from Tarrytown. I bet you the lightning goes away now once you heal the shrine. No, still there. No. Oh, this guy probably gives you a hint, though. Hmm. Yeah, that's the hint. See? Alright, it's not that cryptic. You just have to talk to this thing, really. And then you find out. Was this one of the DLC shrines or something? No? Isn't Cast part of the DLC, though? It has to be, no? I don't think Cast is in the game if you don't have the DLC, though. Oh. Alright, whatever. Whatever, guys. There's something wrong. Omar, it's Friday. Did you do your Trials of the Sword Part 2? Being that it's Friday and you have a lot of time now. Oh, there's more Dorians? How many Dorian spots are there? This one's not a good one because of the damn lightning shit. You can't really. Maybe bomb these, but. Eventually, I'm gonna have to delete a lot of these stamps if I want to get the line on locations. I don't know how many stamps I use, but it's a limited amount of them. Omar, did you hear what I said? You're not gonna do it, Omar. You always say things like that and you don't do shit. This is your only day of free time. Like this, and maybe what, like tomorrow, maybe if that, unless your parents are gonna make you do something, like go somewhere. You don't have free time, so how are you gonna do it? Like you either do it now or you just don't do it. That's how this works. I mean, I don't understand, Omar. You got so far with each six. Like, why would you just give up? Like, why stop now? It doesn't make sense. You master mode, you play that shit like over and over and over to get the first part done. Then you get it done, and you're like, okay, I don't need it. Right? Who does that, Omar? Take another. Hold on. All right, I'm here. Hello. Mm, let me see. Motorcycle and Link goes together like monkeys flying. Yeah, I forgot this stupid motorcycle like disappears if you walk like 2 feet away from it. Just handle it. That I can't. No, Link, Link, the blood moon rises once again. My app got second place in the state. What are you talking about? Oh, you had to code something? Well, you made an app? How come you never told me? Oh, why like you don't tell me things like that? Mm. Maybe you will get a scholarship. I don't think you have to worry, Omar. You don't have to worry about the LGBTQ stuff. I mean, you're not white, right? So you might be okay. I hate to say that. If you were white, I'd be like, yeah, you may have to say you're something. But if you're not white, you probably will be okay. And especially if you had second place on a prize or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I would say. I don't know about a scholarship though. I mean, I don't know how that works. Isn't there like huge competition for that? Um, no, yeah. Well, that sounds good. Omar. Looks like you did well for yourself. Huh. Looks like you did well for yourself. They gave you like a second place. That's a pretty big achievement, Omar. Shit. Maybe. With that being said, maybe you can go somewhere and have a nice career in like coding or something. Who the hell knows? Meme Town Leaf. How is that area? Looks like some... Damn, Omar, there's all these cryptic shrine puzzles. Look, it's a honey location. I bet you there's like more than just two. Alright, what are we doing here? Oh, there's a... Omar, look! It's King's Tomb, Omar. Remember King's Tomb? I bet you this, watch. I don't even have to read it. I bet you have to put these rocks in the holes. Maybe. I'm being arrogant right now. Because I don't know if that's the case, but...
Rivali scale is moving.
The three giant brothers. These this could be orbs that Hinoxes have, actually. Omar, it's King's Tomb. Right? This could be King's Tomb. Omar, I need that choo-choo jelly, and I need frozen forms of it. Hey, who's shooting lightning at me? Because I'm gonna get real pissed. Do that again. Where are you? You're just sitting there lonely. Look, Omar, it's a lonely bunker. He's alerted to me. More. Omar, this girl wants me to come over her house tomorrow. At nighttime. I know for like 5 years. Alright. Watch this, Omar. This is what you... And then what'd you do? You went to the other side, and then you did it again, and you went to the other side, and you did it again. Is that how you beat those little assholes? Yep, okay, I see. It is on Hinoxes. See? But Omar, you notice how how so much of a better open world game this is than like say Harry Potter. Like this, like what I like about Zelda, like this game is I could just literally roam around and stumble into things over and over and over and over and over. Where I feel like in Harry Potter, like once you do the Merlin things, like what the hell are you doing anymore? Right? Like Harry, dude, Hogwarts aged bad, man. Like I can't believe how like it was great when it, like I had a lot of fun with it in the beginning, and boy did it like not age good. What do you think? Hold on. This is strong. Do that again. Come on. Oh, that's what I do. Who is zapping me? You? Hmm. Wait, what? The Hogwarts? You mean? I didn't hate it. Like I thought it was okay, but there was a lot of just stuff that there was a lot of there's too much busy work in that game that did not matter. And then on top of it, like the bandit can't. I mean, look, one could say some of the stuff in this game doesn't matter, but it everything is a lot more interesting in this game, okay, than Hogwarts. Sorry, but that's the truth. So Hogwarts was kind of like lacking. I feel it had a good presentation in the beginning, but it lacked in the mid game and end game. Well, if Hogwarts uses the same engine and perhaps creates a different story and gives you like the Quidditch, the whatever the races and stuff that they didn't put in this game, I don't know. Dude, honestly, Omar, like even the world is kind of bland in Hogwarts. Everything's like the same biome. That whole like season method thing that they do, I don't like it. Like where it's like, oh well, there's seasons, you know. It's like, but the seasons only go according to the story. It's not like natural. There's a lot of stuff in that game that just reminds me of that Disney Infinity element that I think a good percentage of those developers were. And you know, that's it's kind of amateurish. I hate to say it. It had a pretty bad open world. Like the graphics and presentation were great. Story was okay. Open world was just not good. It's one of the weaker open world games I've played. The best open world games I played was basically is this uh the Assassin's Creed games, and I would say Ghost of Tsushima was good, and Skyrim, I guess, if you want to go old. Skyrim had like a million quests, but the problem with Skyrim is it shows its age. It's very clunky at times. That's my only problem with it. But yeah, I mean, I could put Skyrim on that list, being with all the questing and stuff, even despite its clunky movement and shit. But yeah, like those are like true open worlds, like where like I feel Hogwarts open world was weak. Like even the NPC reactions were bad, and everything was kind of bad, man. In a sense, like nothing, you know what I mean? Like nothing took notice of you. Where um in this game, like when you get your master sword, people like will say, "Oh, I see you have the legendary sword." Or in Skyrim, if you're a werewolf or something, they'll say, "Oh, I feel that you have blood of of a beast in you." Or they'll say something like, "Oh, I," or like if you're a vampire, they'll say, "Why are you so pale?" You know, the NPCs interact with with you in these other open world games, right? And that's something that Hogwarts Legacy did not do. And I don't care what you say. That's a big thing. You can look that up. Hogwarts Legacy did not have the NPCs reacting at all, almost. Right or wrong. I mean, they were almost like non-existent, the NPCs. They would like move around aimlessly and like not do anything. That's why I didn't like. I mean, like some of the stuff in that game was definitely not good, man. It was kind of amateurish. It had a fairly good combat system. I'll say the combat was okay. The combat system didn't need really much adjustment. Like that, it did some things right. The invisible walls were horrendous. The physics engine in that game is just not good. I mean, like, look, if I was playing Hogwarts Legacy right now, I wouldn't be able to get past this tree. I'd be like, oh, how come I can't get here? Oh, I can't get past this tree. I gotta walk all the way over here to do that. Because that's what Hogwarts Legacy does. It doesn't have good, what do they call that, mapping or something? So just because it looks like a good open world game doesn't mean it is. And another thing that my problem with Hogwarts Legacy is you get, like, again, you get this whole quest to unlock this, that Griffin, which was really cool presentation wise, but he doesn't do anything. And you can breed animals, which seems cool on a presentation wise, but it doesn't do anything. And you say, well, what's the point of all this? Like, if the broom is better than, if the broom is better if the broom is better than the winged mounts, as it's faster and just you can get on and off it easier, why would I use a winged mount in any sense of the word? Oh, because it looks cool. Okay, it does look cool, but does it do anything? No, it just flies, and it doesn't fly as fast as the broom. It's like and it takes longer to pull out. Can you grab things with it? No. Can you attack with it? No. So then why am I using it? Because it looks cool. It's like, no, that's not enough to pull me in. And to have such like a huge like things you could do with the mounts, right? Like you could breed them and a big story arc with it, and you had to save it. It's almost like basically like it's like why? What's up, man? I gotta find. Where's this ball? I gotta mark this on the map here because I swear, man, I lose my footing in this game all the time. Yeah, it's alright. How are you? It's as good as it can be, right? You know, we live in a fucked up time, man. Let's be honest. It's not a good time in the planet right now. So it's as good as it can be. That's all I can say. Now, where are we putting this? Before I run, okay, I'm putting it here. This will probably be this on master mode. This is gonna be my second I'm pretty much done with it. I mean, I just have to get the shrines. I beat the champion ballad. I beat everything. I got the damn master sword trials done. All I have to do is Ganon, really. I have all the powers. I just disabled two of them because I don't really like them. I like the electric one, but I like the cut grass too. So, but with that being said, yeah, this will be my second time beating this. Would be this time around. I beat this when it first came out on master mode too, but then I decided to redo the start over from the beginning. Um, Never thought I was going to get the Trials of the Swords done because that was the hardest thing I had to do, and it was like the first one I did, so that was ridiculous. But at least I got it done, and now yeah, and then I just started doing the story, and that's it. And then by the time probably like a couple of days before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I'm going to beat Ganon and then go right into it. I bought it like 5 years ago when it first came out. I I got the Switch like a week after it came out. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Right? I believe it will, yeah. It's bigger, it's probably going to have way more stuff. I mean, you don't. I mean, look, you gotta remember, this game, as good as it is still kind of empty in some ways, right? Because they were just kind of working on the assets for the most part. Tears of the Kingdom is using all the assets that this game has, plus giving you a sky option as well. Supposedly, there's going to be traditional dungeons as well. You have the fuse mechanic, and with that being said, there's just a lot of stuff in Tears of the Kingdom where I feel that I even feel the story is probably going to be much more deeper with Ganondorf coming alive and everything. So I personally think Tears of the Kingdom is going to blow. I hate to say it, blow this out of the water. Not that like this. It's not that this is going to be a bad game in comparison. It's just that Tears of the Kingdom is really going to improve on everything. I mean, I can't see how it doesn't. I heard we still have stasis, Omar. Somebody said that they didn't get rid of it. I don't know. You said that you think they're getting rid of it. I don't think they are. Though. Yeah, I'm definitely buying Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna pre-order it pretty soon. I mean, I know a lot of people I know already pre-ordered it, but I'm not in a rush to pre-order. You know, like I could pre-order it today, tomorrow. It's fine. Look, I put gas in my car that costs more than the goddamn pre-order for Pete's sakes. So it's not like I can't afford it. It's just the thing is just I've been lazy. Not gonna lie. I've just been lazy. I haven't went to the website. And also I'm kind of like I don't know what version I want to buy. Part of me wants to buy the collector's edition. Part of me just wants to get the digital version and say fuck it, who cares? And then part of me wants to get the. I hate to say it, I want to get the. Part of me wants to get the OLED Switch version of the game. You know that, Omar? I actually kind of like. I'm thinking about shedding out like $300 and getting it because it just looks cool, you know. But like it's like I don't know, man. You know, this is like I don't want to waste money like that, like 300. I'll probably just get the digital version, to be honest. But yeah, I like it. It's a good game. It's probably. I would realistically say this is probably the best open world game for a lot of argument's sake. Um, is it the best open world game? Look, some people will say it's not. Some people say it's boring or it feels empty, blah blah blah. But what makes this game interesting is its what's the word? It's artistic design, where it's basically like every time you move a couple of feet into another direction, you're basically stumbling upon something different all the time. It's the placement of the land and the monuments and the areas that the attention to detail in this game is still unmatched. All right, I've played Valhalla, I've played all these different open world games, and as good as they are, they don't. A lot of them are copy and paste assets all over the place, and they just don't feel like there's new stuff. They feel repetitive. Where this game, it's like I could just float off this cliff and stumble into something completely like random, and it's just makes this as an open world game. Now, like there's a lot of problems with this open world game. Like there's a lack of enemy variation compared to some of the other games, but I just think when it comes to an interesting open world that has a great physics engine and that's fully functioning, it's hard to beat this game. This is up there. And I'm not fanboying on it. I just well, I don't always play it. I get into like what do you call it? I get into like modes where I play something for a bit and then I just go into something else. You like Valhalla better? Valhalla? Here's the thing. I'm not going to argue that Valhalla is very good in some ways. Um, although there's a lot of busy work in Valhalla, Omar. Like, I think Valhalla is very good, and I'm not going to argue that. I'm not going to argue that and say Valhalla isn't better. Valhalla's up there. I don't know if I think it's better though. That's a hard stretch, man. Because of like you got to remember one thing. Valhalla's world is not as interesting, even though there's a lot more stuff. It's kind of bland. Like this little swamp area. This is what you did, Omar, right? Against the apples. Anyway, this little swamp area right here has more detail going in on it than probably every area in Valhalla. And you'd be like, no, that's not true, crazy. Look at it. It's a little swamp area. You got these floating little pixies there. You got a beetle resting on the tree. You got these keys flying around over here. You got and you got what I'm trying to say is like a little swamp area in this game looks more colorful and interesting than the entire game of Valhalla. And that is weird to say that coming from an outdated Switch game. So how is an outdated Switch game? Now, I'm not saying it has better graphics than Valhalla. No. But its art design and its choice of where they place assets. Like, look at the size of this tree. Why is this tree so much bigger than all the other trees? Right? Like, just little things like that, man. Like, there's so much attention to detail in this game in comparison to, like, Valhalla, which is just copy and paste snow areas in the Viking, or when you go to England, it's just green hills pretty much with rivers. But it doesn't have the same artistic attention to detail. Not even remotely. And I'm not fanboying on Zelda here, but that's a big deal to me. Like I will give Elden Ring credit over Valhalla, where Elden Ring has extremely good artistic design. Artistic design is different than graphics, Omar. Remember that. Graphics has to do with animation, what has to do with models and textures and stuff like that. Artistic design is fantasy. So think Lord of the Rings versus, you know, I don't know, Xena the Warrior Princess or some fucking low budget show, right? And then you say, well, Xena the Warrior Princess has the same things as Lord of the Rings. No, it fucking doesn't. Like, look at the budget difference. Like, one looks like you're on a set, and the other one looks like you're really there. And that's the difference. And in Zelda, the artistic design in this game is extremely well done. I would say possibly the best done. And as much as I can shit on Elden Ring is up there too. I don't like Elden Ring too much as a game overall. I think it's clunky, it's platforming and a lot of things, but it has a great artistic design. Artistic design means if you were to draw Zelda into a comic book or something like that, or a graphic novel, how much more interesting would Zelda be than, for example, Valhalla? Valhalla in a graphic novel would probably not be that interesting. It would look like any other Viking novel. It would be kind of just regular humans and nothing really special. But if you put this in a graphic novel, you're going to have, hand axes and big swords and monuments and locations and all these cool areas and the Lost Woods and the Master Sword and the pedestal. And you're going to have all this cool stuff that you're just not going to get in a game like Valhalla. So if you were to put this into a comic book or an anime, this would do 1,000 times better. That's what graphic design is. Do you understand the difference between artistic design and just regular graphics now? I remember one time you were like, what's the difference? There's a big difference between artistic design and graphics. Anything could have good graphics. Look at Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Frontiers has good graphics, but it has some of the worst artistic design. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, Sonic Frontiers has the worst artistic design I ever saw, and yet it's Unreal 5 engine. So the graphics are good, the animations are good, the textures are good, the the character depictions are good. So then you say, oh, well, Driftblim, what's the problem with Sonic Frontiers? Look at it. Its colors are awful. You got fucking railings and things all over the sky. It looks like a mess. Its artistic design is awful on every aspect. And can you not agree with that? It looks like somebody vomited like copy and paste. Sonic Frontiers looks like somebody went in the Unreal Engine and vomited a bunch of like things all over the place. That's what Sonic Frontiers looks like. It is one of the worst aesthetically looking games. I'm not saying it's not fun. I think it could be somewhat fun, although frustrating too because it's loaded with mini games that I hated. But what I'm trying to say is Sonic Frontiers is a great example of artistic design gone wrong. Okay, Omar, if you ever want to get into game design, you got to take notes of this. And Sonic Frontier just is like, if that's an example of bad art design. Like, I wouldn't even just go as far as say bad. I would say terrible art design. Oh, surely crazy, it's not that bad. Yes, it's that bad. How the hell did you do that to Sonic? How the hell did you do that to Sonic? You made the colors drag. You vomited railings and ramps all over the damn map with nothing holding them up, no hinges, no nothing. They're just floating in the air. It's Sonic Frontiers artistic design is brutally bad. So when you look at artistic design, you got to remember, like, okay, here's a good example: Skyrim. Yeah, it was. And did you ever hear me say it was bad? I gave Elden Ring's art design a 10 out of 10. I always said that. I said that when I got mad at Elden Ring and I didn't like some of the things, the clunky platforming, the stupid fucking boss fights that are just overkill and stuff like that, and then all the fucking glitches and shit. You know, there was a lot of stuff I didn't like with the multiplayer, the broken multiplayer. But I always told you, Elden Ring on an artistic design front is really like a masterpiece on that level. It's got one of the most beautiful aesthetics to it you could think of. It's got the big tree. It's got such variation. You're always stumbling into weird looking things. Its artistic design was amazing. It's basically like this. Breath of the Wild has an amazing artistic design too. As much as some people don't think it does, but it does. Those Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring are 10 out of 10s in artistic design. If you're gonna make a game with good artistic design, these are two games to study. Now, then you can say, well, does Skyrim have good artistic design? No! Skyrim does not have good artistic design. Actually, Skyrim's artistic design is pretty not so good. It's average at best. Every single cave looks the same. You're basically running around the frozen wasteland the entire map. That's not good artistic design. What makes Skyrim a good game is the immersion factor. You got over 400 quests and you can literally play as anything you want. From a wizard to a werewolf to a vampire to this. Ghost of Tsushima's artistic design is up there too. I'd say that's like if that's pretty much up there too. That's a 9.5 or a 10, I'd say, something like that, because it's the first Japanese game that was in like a feudal Japan era. It's got beautiful leaves and art. Ghost of Tsushima is up there. Believe it, it's up there. That's great artistic design also. Now, here's a good example: Days Gone. Do you think, in your humble opinion, do you think Days Gone has good artistic design? Yes or no? Let's see how much you know about games. Does Valhalla have good artistic design? Does Days Gone have good artistic design? Really think about that. Because what do those games do that make you go, wow? When it comes to artistic design. I'm going to be honest. I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey has better artistic design than Valhalla. I'm not saying it's a better open world than Valhalla, because I think Valhalla has one of the better open worlds out there, physics-wise. Valhalla's open world is even better than Ghost of Tsushima's open world. And people don't give Valhalla enough credit. Yeah, Valhalla has its moments because of the lighting and the photorealism of basically England and stuff. But a lot of Valhalla looks the same, Omar. Let's be honest. Days Gone is extremely drab looking. You know that. I mean, I know it's a zombie game. It's not supposed to look great. But Days Gone doesn't have the best artistic design. I think I would, God forbid, even say Last of Us is a better artistic design. Now, that doesn't mean that I like Last of Us better. There's no way that I like Last of Us better than Days Gone. But Days Gone doesn't have good artistic design. It's worse than Last of Us. Last of Us looks way prettier in a lot of areas. I would still prefer Days Gone because I like the I like zombies in an open world idea, which Last of Us doesn't really do. So that's all I'm saying. But artistic design wise, no, it fails. Asgard. Yeah, the Asgard looks kind of cool, but there's not enough of that, Omar. That's the problem with Valhalla. There's not enough of it. If you ever played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Omar, the artistic design in that game, I feel, is a lot better. There's Elysium, you got Hades, you got fucking you got the boats and crossing of oceans. Where Valhalla, you're only just going over rivers and shit. I would say Odyssey is the better artistic design. Everything looks like it's out of a painting in Valhalla. I mean, in Odyssey. Odyssey is a beautifully gorgeous looking game where I don't get that feel from Valhalla. Valhalla is a bit on the sloppy side visually, although Valhalla plays better. Valhalla has a better Valhalla has a better combat system than Odyssey with the two-handed combat. Valhalla has a better upgrade system. Valhalla has a more functioning open world. So there's a lot of things that Valhalla does right, but it's not the prettiest game. So when you talk about artistic design, Valhalla is not that good. It's okay. It's average. It's a little I'd say it's a little above average, but it's not great. Sonic Frontiers I would put on the bottom of the list for artistic design. Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild and maybe Ghost of Tsushima would be on the top. Even Last of Us and Last of Us 2. Yeah, as much as I don't like the games itself because of the politics, their artistic design is very good. Yeah, the Horizon games have very good artistic design as well. That's also because the enemies you're fighting in that game are like mech dinosaurs and stuff, which kind of helps to that too. But remember, like, yeah, the artistic design in those games are amazing. So artistic design has to do with setting, atmosphere, all that stuff. Like think Avatar, Omar. Like when you look at Avatar, some people don't like Avatar. Like I'm not a big fan of the Avatar movies. I think they're kind of woke in a weird like climate change sort of way. But I will give them credit where credit is due, and they have very good artistic design. And that's the difference when you look at artistic design versus graphics. Something could look real and great and have awesome animations and all that bullshit, but at the same time, just because the graphics are good doesn't mean it's going to have artistic design. So artistic design is very different than graphics. One could say that Zelda Breath of the Wild doesn't have the best graphics, as it's cell shaded, it doesn't have the best draw distance, it drops in frame rates, but it has 9 or 10 out of 10. I personally think a 10 out of 10 artistic design. So where like you look at a game like Skyrim, and Skyrim is like probably like a 6 out of 10 in artistic design. Nothing stands out in Skyrim. Everything looks the goddamn same. But what makes Skyrim good is the immersion factor. So I can't take away from that. But it again doesn't have the best artistic design. I think the game before it, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, had better artistic design than Skyrim because it was in a beautifully set world where Skyrim is just a frozen shithole. So you had a golden city and you had pillars in Oblivion. Oblivion had a nice design to it. Skyrim does not. But I'm not shitting on Skyrim because Skyrim does other things that no games can do. Where like Skyrim has some of the best role playing immersion factor. I think it is the best role playing immersion factor. Like The Witcher 3's artistic design isn't that impressive. It's okay, but it's kind of drab and dreary and not really that good. And the open world is always kind of like meh with The Witcher 3, right? because the open world is kind of clunky, right? You kind of always getting like fucking locked by fences and shit, and I don't like the open world too much. What do I like in The Witcher 3 is the immersion again, the story, the dialogue choices, the ability to have like multiple different endings. The voice acting is fantastic. The story is fantastic. So that's where Witcher 3 shines, is the immersion and the RPG elements. But it doesn't shine too much in the artistic design. That's where you got to look at things, Omar. Like, you got to realize, like, just because something has good graphics, like I said, Sonic Frontiers has good graphics. I think GTA is kind of showing its age right now. I would say the better artistic design game would be obviously Red Dead. Oh, the better game, Red Dead or GTA. I personally like Red Dead, but if you're talking about like single player game, that's up to preference. Some people like the look. The single player GTA 5 experience is not bad. It's a good game. I don't like what they did with the online, and I don't like the greed of Rockstar. But the single player game is very well done. So, it's preference at that point. I would say they're both pretty good, but it's preference because one is Wild West setting with horses, and one is, machine guns and robbing cars, and you get to play as three different people, and it's just, it's just different, right? So that's kind of hard to break that one down. I'd say they're pretty close, but my personal preference, I think Red Dead is the better game, in my opinion, but not everybody would think that. And I understand that because not everybody likes Wild West settings. There's a reason why Wild West movies don't come out no more. What? What, Driftbloom? They don't come out? Yeah, no, they don't come out no more because people don't want to see them. That's why. I like them, but I'm not everybody. I'm an old man. Try it again, this shit. But people don't realize that artistic design's a big deal when it comes to gaming for me. And Zelda has great artistic design. So does Ghost of Tsushima. You gotta put that up there. Like I said, you could put Assassin's Creed Odyssey up there. You can sort of put Black Flag up there, but I would definitely put Odyssey up there more for artistic design. As for I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anymore. So I would put that as artistic design. Like artistic design is it's part of graphics in a way, but it's not graphics. If that makes sense. It's like it is graphics, but it's not. I guess you could say it's like an element of graphics, but it's not everything, right? Like I guess you could say like a game like Kenshi, for example, probably has a somewhat okay artistic design, but its fucking graphics are awful. If that makes sense. Does that make sense, Omar? Like you can have a game with good artistic design and just have really bad graphics. Um, where would I rank GTA and Red Dead? Like again, like I said, I like Red Dead as the better game. It's got a better open world. It's got a more functioning open world. But again, that's my opinion because one could argue that the city elements of GTA is better. So I can't really. That one's hard, and and again, not everybody likes Wild West games. Like I said, Wild West movies don't come out no more. And if you were a child of the '90s or the '80s, like I was, Wild West movies used to come out all the time, but they stopped making them because younger generations don't really like them. 6 shooters and a cowboy hat and a horse doesn't really appeal to the young generation. People want fucking, technology and cars, like Fast and the Furious. Like, why does Fast and the Furious did so much better in the movie theaters than, uh, I don't know, name a Wild West movie that came out lately, Three Tenths to Yuma or something. Yeah, look what made more money, Three Tenths of Yuma or whatever, or fucking any of the Fast and the Furious movies. And I'm sure the Fast and the Furious movies beat it out on every level. Even the worst Fast and the Furious movie probably made more money than Three Tenths of Yuma or whatever. And that's sad because that's a really good Western movie. But we live in a time where people just really aren't interested in westerns anymore. It's just it is what it is. So if you're gonna tell me, oh, Red Dead versus Grand Theft Auto, well, for me, I like Red Dead, but I'm sure most people would choose GTA because of the cars and the machine guns and the aesthetics of a city. I live in a city. Keep that in mind. I live in a shitty city like where like fucking Liberty City or whatever. I or San Andreas or whatever. I live in one of the cities like that. I live in New York City, and like let me tell you something. When you live in a city like that, you don't give a shit if you see it in the game that much. That's why Cyberpunk never did anything for me. It's like, dude, I could take the train 45 minutes away and I'm in a fucking city. So what do I care about? Like to me, like the mountainsides and the hills and like I like stuff like that better because I don't live in areas like that. I live in a horrible concrete jungle, and I rather live sometimes. I rather just be peaceful and live in the West or something, man. But that's my preferences. So I would always go with a game like GTA over fucking. I mean, I'm sorry. I would always go with a game like Red Dead over GTA. That's just my preference. I'm sure if somebody lives in the middle of a farm and likes the idea of a big city and guns and cars and all that stuff, they probably would definitely choose GTA, especially if they're always around horses in real life. If your father's making you feed a horse in real life, or your mother, oh, feed the horses every day. You don't want to fucking ride horses in GTA. I mean, in Red Dead, you're not gonna want to ride horses in a video game if you're fucking catering to farms and horses all day. So it's kind of preference at that point. I'm from the city, so to me, like horses and that more of like that country style to me appeals to something that I don't have. Does that make sense? Then when I look at GTA, it's like basically like, oh well, this is like Manhattan, but like just more of a violent version, I guess, or something. You know what? We could turn on the lighting for this one. Let's see where we can fuck this Hinox up real fast. I should get my sword back, okay? Like, does that make sense, Omar? Like, am I making any sense or no? Or am I talking to myself? Like Cyberpunk probably has better artistic design than GTA, right? Being that it's like kind of like a little bit of a steampunk element to it, but at the same time, just because Cyberpunk has good artistic design doesn't mean it's a good game. Graphically, it's a fucking shit show. But it has okay artistic design, but doesn't mean it's a good game. It was rushed. They still haven't fixed it. I mean, you can't like again, you can't hold on to artistic design as everything. You know, you have games that have great artistic design that just suck, that are boring, that nobody's gonna want to play. Like, what is that? Like, you have like those stupid games. Like, you know what's a good example of artistic design? Stray. Stray has great artistic design. Do I think it has the greatest graphics in the world? Not really. It's kind of the animations aren't that good. It's kind of like clunky and stuff, right? But it has good artistic design. Does that make it a great game? I think it's overrated. I have it, and I played it, and I didn't really think it was that good. I got like 70 something percent of it done, but I still didn't think it was that good. So I kind of just stopped playing it. So, do I think it was interesting? Yeah, it was an interesting game. I like, and you know me, I like cats, but it just didn't feel that good of a game. You didn't have a lot of freedom. You had almost no freedom. Everything was linear. You couldn't swap at things with your paws. They took all the cute elements of being a cat, but they gave the cat none of the predator elements that I would have loved. It's a very interesting game, Stray, but it's not. It's not for me. That's all I'm saying. It was overrated too. I'm sorry, but they overrated the shit out of that game. But with that being said, Omar, if you be right back, I'm gonna listen to the podcast right now. Your be right backing is annoying. All right, you do your thing. Let me listen to the podcast. Hit me up on Discord when you're back. Might take one too.
Neva's grace is ready.